Hi everyone, this is Jayma Malmi, and today I have something very craft related to share with you, but it's more personal. I wanted to share kind of my personal story and journey in where I've come, how I started as a Close to My Heart consultant, and where I was at back then, and where I've come as a person, as a mom, as a wife today, and how Close to My Heart has helped me get there. This is all related to my passion for paper crafting and scrapbooking and card making and my passion for this company. And it's helped me in so many ways beyond just the extra income that I wanted to make in the beginning, and just sharing my passion, which I still love to do. I absolutely love sharing my passion of paper crafting with people. And but this company and this craft that we have is so much more than that. It is a community, it is relationships, it is personal growth. And so I wanted to just share kind of my story on how I got into this, how I was introduced to it, and a little bit about my journey. So I was first introduced to stamping when I was in junior high. So that would be in the early 90s. And my parents took my sister and I to the San Diego County Fair. We were living in San Diego, and we always loved crafting. My mom was a crafter, and she always helped with the VBS crafts and Sunday school crafts at church, and we would always make Christmas cards to send out, and we would always have a craft at birthday parties, and I have really fond memories of my mom doing crafts with us. So it was just part of me growing up, and I loved it. And so they took us to the fair, and there was a demonstration on stamping and using embossing powder. And it was brand new back then, and we were just like, whoa, that is so cool. My sister and I were just like gaga over it. And so my parents bought us the starter kit, and we converted our extra bedroom in our house to a stamping room. And my sister and I would spend hours in there. And then we were invited to a stamping party. This was still in junior high. And my friend had a stamping party, and she had her DOTS demonstrator come and teach us how to make a card. And DOTS stood for Dozens of Terrific Stamps. And I was hooked. My friend, this was my best friend, and I would switch off having parties, and our demonstrator would come to our houses. And mind you, junior high, we had no jobs. We babysat. That was our jobs, and we would spend all of our babysitting money on rubber stamps and supplies and inks, and mostly rubber stamps. We were addicted to rubber stamping. We were learning so many cool techniques, and we just had to have more. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate. It was just so fun. And then we just stopped doing it. And I don't know why, just got into school and friends and stuff, and weren't into it anymore. And then it was several years later, I was in my first job, and the graphic designer at that job, we were talking about stamping, and she used to go to stamp parties. She said, I think it was called DOTS. I was like, I used to go to DOTS parties. I was addicted to it. Whatever happened to them? And she said, I don't know. We were talking about we still have our catalogs and our stamps and everything. So I Googled it, and I looked up DOTS, Dozens of Terrific Stamps, and I found Close to My Heart. And DOTS used to be what Close to My Heart is now, or vice versa. Close to My Heart used to be DOTS, and then they changed their name to Close to My Heart. And so I immediately was like, oh my gosh, they're still around. I need to find somebody to do a party for me. And so I looked up my nearest consultant on my consultant locator, and I booked a party instantly. I said, can you come over? I told her the story that I used to do DOTS, and she came and taught us how to do a card, and instantly I was hooked again. And this time I was married, and I told my husband, about the history, and I need to do this. I want to do what she's doing. I want to go into people's houses and teach them these techniques, and I want it all. I want all the stamps again. I want to get into this again. So it took about a month of convincing my husband to join. I knew I wanted to join. I knew I wanted the kit. I wanted it all. I finally did it. I joined, and it was the best decision that I ever made. Now, I want to point out at this point, I am and was in, especially in high school, junior high, growing up, I was really, really shy, like painfully shy sometimes, and very introverted. I still am very introverted. It might be hard to believe sometimes. But I am very introverted. And so, you know, if any of you are thinking like, I can't do this, I'm too shy, I don't want to be in front of people, let me tell you, I am in the exact same boat. And I love getting in front of people and telling them about Close to My Heart. So the way I've done this is I like small group stuff. So I started small. I just, I did a grand opening, and I started teaching card classes to just my family and friends and inviting them to do cards, and just keeping it really small gatherings, a little gathering at a friend's house, a home gathering at my sister's house, and usually there would be like around 6 people. Sometimes there would be a little bit more, a little bit less, but the fact that it's at a home that you're comfortable with and people that you're comfortable with, the fact that you're sharing your passion, it helped me to forget that I was nervous and that I am shy, and it just really helped to break me out of my comfort zone. But that's what Close to My Heart has continually done the entire time I've been a part of this company, is help me break out of my comfort zone. If you had told me 10 years ago when I joined, 10 and a half years ago, that I was gonna be on here today doing a YouTube video with my face, not even my hands, in front of you talking about this, I would be like, no way, I am not doing that. I am not gonna be publicly in front of people telling them about my story. And look at what I'm doing here right now. So I'm telling you, you can do this. And so from there, from that 10 and a half years ago and doing small parties, I've moved a lot. And I've moved away from family and friends and had to start over and thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know anybody. How am I going to do this? But I just kept trying new things. And by this point, I was more comfortable teaching in small groups. And the more things that I tried, some failed, some I just would tweak and they finally worked, and I found that different things worked in different cities and different places that I lived, and just made it work for me in my environment that I'm comfortable in. I do a lot of online stuff, as you know. I'm on YouTube a lot, and so I do a lot of my sales and relationships online, but I also do classes and small parties still, and I'm working my way to doing larger crops. So I'm still pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. So outside of the whole paper crafting and teaching world, though, is the actual relationships with Close to My Heart consultants. It is something that has just blown me away, something I never expected, to actually connect with other consultants, because we're all in this together. We're all doing the same thing. We all have the same passion, the same drive to succeed, the same love of this company and the products. I mean, these products, and by the way, I have here in front of me, I still have some of my stamps from my DOTS days. And does anyone recognize these? And the passion that I have for these new products, this is how the stamps come now. And Close to My Heart revolutionized the stamping industry, and they're continually pushing the envelope and being on trend and coming out with new products, and there's always something new, and there's always something to learn. I've been to several conventions, and the last couple of years I've been to the Business Builders conferences, which are smaller and more intimate, and it's easier to get to know other consultants, and I've really gotten to know more consultants that way, going to the smaller events, and again, pushing myself outside of my comfort zone and actually going to an event when I am an introvert and having to network. But it's fun. It's so fun, and I'm finding that, it's not scary to be an introvert and go to these things where you're just, meeting like-minded people, and you share the same passion, and you're all after the same thing. So I even, at the last Business Builders, I spoke in front of the attendees. There are about 100 people there probably, and Close to My Heart invited me to do a little 10-minute presentation, and I did that, and I was scared out of my mind to do it, but I had a passion for the content that I was talking about, and it was so fun. Like, I was nervous, but afterwards I just had this adrenaline rush, and I was so happy that I did it. And then I pushed myself out of outside of my comfort zone, and that I did it. And it's that kind of stuff that Close to My Heart has continued to do for me, is help me personally. So I have 2 little kids right now. They're almost 3 and 5. And there was a time when my youngest was just an infant, and I really struggled to find time to create, and find time to help my team, and find time to create videos or post on social media or do anything. I mean, you mamas who have had kids, you know what it's like when you have an infant. It's just hard. It's hard to find time to do anything but care for that infant. And so, I was lucky enough to have some good regular customers that continued to order for me, but there were some quarters where I really struggled to even meet my minimums. And I was at a point where I talked to my husband, and I said, do I want to keep doing this? This is getting stressful to question if I'm going to be meeting my minimums. Things are really hard with the kids. I just don't have the time that I used to. Do I want to keep doing this? And he said, well, you love this. And I said, yeah, I do. He's like, this is your passion, and it's not going to be this hard forever. So there were some months or some quarters where I had to buy more to meet my minimum sales, which is $300 a quarter. So it's not extravagant. It equals about $100 a month. But I wanted to stay with the company because of the relationships that I had built, and those friends that I made, and those connections that I made. It's so much more to me than a business. And there's just amazing people. I'm gonna get emotional now. When I started looking and seeing myself, and really thinking, like, is this something that I want to do? Can I see myself not as a Close to My Heart consultant? And I couldn't. At that point, I had been a consultant for like 8 years, and I just couldn't imagine not being a consultant, because, oh my gosh, I feel so silly crying, you guys, but I'm that passionate about it. It's just become such a huge part of my life. I owe so much to being part of this company, to my fellow consultants who continue to push me. I'm just the person that I am today because of this company. So here I am publicly humiliating myself and telling you my story. So all this I just wanted to share with you, because if you need your why, if you feel like you need to be a part of something that's bigger than you, if you have a passion for paper crafting, for scrapbooking, for card making, for home decor, and stamping, then you are welcome at Close to My Heart. And I would love to have you on my team. I am a director with the company, and I have a team of consultants at all different levels all throughout the company. Some are hobbyists and some are business builders, and no matter what you want to be, you are welcome on my team. And I will be here to support you with whatever your goals are. If you want to start out as just buying some products for yourself and getting a discount, then that's great. I support you and I welcome you. And if you want to host some parties and kind of start out small like I did, and have some parties with your family and your friends, and do it that way, then that's great too. And I will support you and I will help you and find ways to hold events that work for you. I have tried just about everything that I've thought of that I can think of at this point. I've tried a lot of things, and I'm continuing to try things and different variations of things that I've done in the past as I continue to grow my business here. So I encourage you to reach out to me if any of this sounds like it's something that you would enjoy. It's only $75 to join, and you're joining so much more than a paper crafting company. You're joining a community of friends and fellow consultants who are just amazing. There's a all consultant Facebook group, which is just, I mean, it's been the hugest blessing to me and to so many people. And I have a Facebook group for my team as well, where we have some fun stuff going on. Anyways, I hope that you will reach out. You can comment below. You can visit my Facebook page, and there's multiple ways to get a hold of me. You can visit my blog, and there's lots of contact information there. jmamalmi.com. And if you're ready to join and you want to take the plunge like I did, then you can visit my Close to My Heart website at jmamalmi.ctmh.com. My blog also has lots more information, FAQs about joining and things like that, but please reach out if you have any questions at all. I would love to help you. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.